On January 6th, the U.S. Capitol was breached by a pro-Trump mob, hoping to stop the certification of the 2020 election. Hours of chaos ensued. By the end of the day, 4 people were dead. Videos captured by journalists and bystanders show how it happened. Around 1 p.m., Congress is in session at the U.S. Capitol, and lawmakers have begun the process of certifying President-elect Joe Biden's Electoral College win.
For President and Vice President of the United States.
About 2 miles away, President Donald Trump is on stage, holding a rally outside the White House. After days of encouraging his followers to be in Washington on January 6th.
But we're going to try and give our Republicans the kind of pride and boldness that they need to take back our country.
After the rally, Trump supporters make their way toward the Capitol, where others are already beginning to clash with police.
Pull them this way!
This video is shot at 1:13 p.m. on the western side of the Capitol, right by the scaffolding set up for Inauguration Day. At 1:30 p.m., the Cannon House building and the James Madison Memorial Building are evacuated after reports of a suspicious package. Meanwhile, rioters are breaking through barriers and windows at the U.S. Capitol. On the Senate floor, footage shows Senator James Lankford giving a speech when the senators are told the mob is inside the Capitol.
We'll pause.
Protesters are in the building.
Thank you.
At the same time, a Huffington Post reporter records rioters walking up the stairs toward the Senate floor, where doors to the chamber are still not secure. The Capitol police officer leads the mob in the opposite direction. At 2:30 p.m., Vice President Mike Pence is evacuated from the Senate. And on the House floor, video captures an armed standoff. Members of Congress hide under their seats. The mob roams through Statuary Hall.
I've never been in this house. How about you? No, you own it.
They gain access to the Senate floor, and some even find their way into House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's office. Around the same time, Capitol Police ask for additional law enforcement assistance. At this point, rioters have made their way into almost every corner of the Capitol. At 2:48 p.m., the mayor of Washington, D.C., Muriel Bowser, announces a citywide curfew starting at 6 p.m. At 3:13 p.m., more than 2 hours after the mob began pushing past police barriers, Trump tweets, asking rioters to remain peaceful. Less than 10 minutes later, a 35-year-old woman named Ashley Babbitt is reported to be in critical condition after being shot in the chest outside the speaker's lobby. Police told CNN they immediately provided medical assistance, but Babbitt later dies of her wounds. The officer involved is on leave pending an investigation. Several hours after rioters breached the Capitol, President Trump's press secretary, Kayleigh McEnany, tweets that Trump has dispatched the National Guard to D.C. As police clear the Capitol building, President-elect Joe Biden speaks from Delaware.
This is not dissent. It's disorder. It's chaos. It borders on sedition. And it must end now.
Minutes after Biden's speech, Trump tweets a video telling the rioters to go home.
But you have to go home now. We have to have peace.
As the 6 p.m. curfew inches closer, rioters are pushed out of the area.
They have been shouting, "Move back."
At 6:27 p.m., congressional leaders announce they will proceed with counting.
Mr. Cruz.
Aye.
Mr. Daines.
By 4 a.m. on January 7th, almost 15 hours after proceedings began, Congress certifies the election.
Joseph R. Biden, Jr. of the state of Delaware has received 306 votes. Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida has received 232 votes. The chair declares the joint session dissolved.